and promise that justice will be served and the culprit will be put to book. The Vice President of Congo at the time ensured the same message. Powerful nations followed suit, condemned the heinous act. These included the USA, France, Holland, England, Greece, South Africa, and even the UN Security Council. They all voiced the same sentiment that those responsible for the killings should be brought to justice. These condemnations and calls for justice were done by the powerful nations globally, ensuring us that our fallen relatives will get the justice they deserve. Unfortunately, up until this day, that has never happened despite the fact that this nation had the power to pressure Burundian government to follow up on this crime with their judicial system, considering that it happened in their land. Congo too had the dutiful legal right to claim justice for its citizens. These countries have the power to involve international courts such as International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda, International Criminal Tribunal for Yugoslavia, etc. In all these, the nation did nothing. To date, the Gatumba case has never been filed in such of justice, not even the preliminary legal investigations have been done. Upon disablement by the nations, the Banyamulenge community decided to not look up to them for support. We resolved to take the matter into our own hands and fight for justice, since we felt capable of representing our case. It was then that we thought professional international lawyers who are experts in handling international cases to help us in filing a lawsuit accordingly. This will enable us seeking upon other nations to do everything for us. The Union of Gatumba Survivors and the family the families of the slain have been backed by advocates and the Banyamulenge community leadership and have been able to achieve this, making a charge of genocide and crimes against humanity to the Attorney General of Burundi, to the military auditor of South Kivu, and even to the Rwanda Investigation Bureau, since I believe it to come from the three nations which are Burundi, Rwanda, and Congo. The charges have also been made known to the Attorney General of International Supreme Court. Though this step that we've made towards our struggle for justice, at this moment, as we commemorate our loved one who fell in the genocide, we are called upon to take a breath and consider the pulse of our ethnic group, and at the same time envisage our future. It is a time to think about all the killings to our people, both before and after the Gatumba massacre. From Murere up until the recent killings, they are all started in 2017. You know, our villages were set on fire, our people are being killed, and also our cattle were taken away. So we fight for our freedom and also fight for our justice. In them all, we've never been self-justice. This is a good time to think and seek means through which we can confront the problem threatening us. And the years go by, problem becomes more difficult. The question each one of us should be asking themselves is, how well prepared is being wiped out of the face of the earth? The justice that we need for back home need our support.
Thank you so much kuri disikuru nziza baduteguriye, for the good speech that you have prepared for us. Hanyuma n'ubundi dukomeje kugenda twumva disikuru, as we continue listening to the different speeches, ndagira ngo tuze kwakira Nkumbuyinka Patrick. We want to welcome Nkumbuyinka week araza kutugezaho ubwicanyi bwagiye bukorerwa abanyamulenge mu bihe bigiye bitandukanye. He will give us the history of all the impunity that was done unto the nation of Banyamulenge in different times. Katumusaba tambuke. Let's ask him to come forward. Murabizi yuko barakoze abaririmbyi.
Thank you so much, our choir.
Twari twifuje ko twatangirana na filime kuri gahunda ikurikira, ariko
We wished to start with our film, but
kuri tekinike bari badusabye yuko hari ibyo bakirimo batunganya.
our technician are saying there's something they're still solving there, so we cannot watch it right now.
Kubw'ibyo ndagira ngo n'ubundi dukomeze uko gahunda yari iteguye, dutangirane n'ubuhamya.
And hence, we are requesting so that we can continue with the program as it was written, so that we continue.
Rero mbasabe mutambuke.
Let's ask the survivors to come forward.
Hanyuma wenda mu kuruhura mugenzi wanjye sinzi niba nzirimo yatambuka akamufasha muri uyu mwanya w'ubuhamya.
murakoze cyane. Sinzi niba zirimo ari he. Okay. Uyu mwanya ni umwanya utoroshye.
This moment is a very difficult moment.
Ni umwanya uzubasha kutugora.
It's a moment which is very hard for us.
Ariko hamwe n'Imana twamenye tumaze gukomera.
But together with God, whom we have believed, we are strong.
Tugiye kumva ubuhamya bw'abantu babiri.
We are going to listen to the testimony of two people.
Turangiza turashiraho liste y'abantu mwumva abantu bapfuye.
Thereafter, we shall give you the list of the people who have been murdered.
Hanyuma ndaza gusoza.
Then we conclude.
Mu mwanya baduhaye turagerageza kuwukoresha uko bimeze.
Then we try to manage the time that have given to us.
Reka tubanze na Pasiteri Gasita.
Let us proceed with Pastor Gasita.
Hanyuma araza gukurikirana mukecuru.
Thereafter, also there is a mother who is going to follow.
Tubanje gutanga mpore ku banyamurenge bose ndetse n'abacikacumu mwihangane.
We first of all give condolences to all our community members, also the survivors of Gatumba.
Uyu munsi uzugora kugira umuntu abone ibyo avuga.
This is a hard time for us to find the words to express.
Mu busanzwe tuzi kuvuga.
We normally know how to speak or to talk.
Tugira n'amagambo menshi.
And we have so many words to speak.
Ariko uyu munsi ntibiza bikunda.
But today it becomes hard.
Kubera impamvu nyine mureba namwe.
Because of the reasons that you can't see.
Reka tubabwire ukuntu byagenze kandi ncamake kugira ngo umwanya wacu tucunge neza.
Let us give you the summary of what happened so that we may redeem our time.
Twari dutuye neza i Buvira.
We lived well in our country in Uvira,
Duturanye n'abandi bose batuye muri Buvira.
living with all community that were living there,
Dusangiye imirimo ya leta,
sharing with the government works,
dusangiye imirimo y'amakanisa,
sharing the activities of the churches,
dusengera iwabo nabo bagasengera iwacu,
having fellowship together in the same churches,
dufite abakristo mu matorero yacu b'abanyamoko,
having members of the church in various churches.
abanyamulenge ari abakristo mu makanisa y'abanyamoko,
Our community were the members of the church in our
tugenderana mu biterane.
neighbors churches, going to the conference.
Urumva twari tubanye neza.
We lived well together with them.
Mbere yaho gato
Before it happened,
abacu bategura kutwica no kutumaraho.
then our people who lived together with us, they planned a killing against us.
Babitangiye inama ya mbere yabereye Ibaraka.
The first summit they had, it was in Baraka.
Hari ababembe bari batuye Ibaraka
There is a community called the Babembe lived in
ariko
Baraka,
bafite umutima mwiza w'abakristo.
but they were having a good heart of Christians.
Bagerageza kurwanya bagenzi babo.
They have tried to refuse or to avoid their relatives,
Ntibizakunda.
but it was very hard to stop them.
Bigezaho bene wabo bahiga kubica.
To the extent the relatives after them so that they may kill them.
Barahunga bahungira iwacu i Buvira.
They ran away, they came happening.
Bageze iwacu i Buvira turabakira.
When they get to the place where we lived in Uvira, we received them.
Tubana neza tumenya ko ari impunzi zihunze kandi bazira twebwe.
We received them knowing that they're running away from their relatives because of us.
Mu mirimo twari dufite
In the work that we had,
dufitiyemo ubushobozi,
and we are having ability,
turayisanganya nabo ubishoboka.
we shared with them as possible.
Ariko tubana i Buvira.
And we lived together in Uvira.
Kuko ibyo kutwica byari byarateguwe kuva kera.
Because they had a planification of our killing,
Imbarutso iza kuba intambara yabereye i Bukavu.
the reason of that killing was the war that was in Bukavu.
Ntacyo bimaze kumenya ngo ni Buzamabe cyangwa ninde,
It doesn't matter whether it can be
ariko yari umwe muri abo bombi.
or somebody else.
Atangira gutoteza abantu kuko mwabibonye hano.
He started mistreating and persecuting our people.
Abari batuye i Bukavu barabizi,
Those who lived in Bukavu, they know what
n'abatari
happened.
batuye bari bafite bene wabo barabizi.
Even those,
tuyamenya.
even those who are not that, they had the relatives that they know the story.
Colonel Jire Mutebutsi niwe wari wungirije uwo mukuru.
This Mutebutsi colonel was the assistant of
Aramubwira
that
ati byarengeje.
commander. They say it has gone beyond.
Aramubwira ati warengeje.
Then he said it has gone
Ni
beyond.
abakongomani kimwe n'abandi.
We are Congolese as others.
Uburenganzira bwo kwiga kimwe n'abandi. Hinduka intambara.
And it wasn't possible, and it became a war.
Abantu barapfa i Bukavu.
Then the people were killed in Bukavu.
Barahunga mu gihugu.
They ran away from the country.
Bamaze guhunga.
After running away,
Intambara yabereye i Bukavu.
the war happened in Bukavu.
Twebwe i Buvira nta ntambara ihari.
But to us in Uvira, there wasn't
Nta
war.
kibazo cyabaye i Buvira habe na kimwe.
There wasn't any problem there.
Ariko wagira ngo utambuke.
But when you try to walk,
Bakagutera amabuye.
they would stone to you.
Waba uri kumwe n'abandi.
When you are together with others,
Bakagusuka amagambo bene yandi ateye ubwoba.
they would started giving some wrong words to you.
Batangira gufata abantu.
They started catching people.
Abantu bagira ubwoba.
People were so afraid.
Turahunga.
We ran away.
Duhunze twahunze haje bato zibiri z'abasirikare.
There was 2 ships that came of soldiers.
Zari zigeze i Buvira.
They were get to Uvira.
Batubwiye ngo nta kundi ubukwe baziye
Then they said, we have come for you.
biba ngombwa ko duhunga
Then for us it was now necessary for us to run away.
tuhungira mu Gatumba.
We ran away in Gatumba to Gatumba.
Tugeze mu Gatumba
After getting there,
hari amashitingi atatu
they were having 2 tents there.
kandi twari benshi pe.
There were 3 tents there and there were so
Ntabwo
many.
twari bukwire mu mashitingi.
It wasn't possible for us to fit in.
Abantu benshi babaga hanze.
We were so many people, others were to sleep outside.
Uturya uteye ubwoba wo mu Gatumba.
Mosquitoes would bite us.
Tuhagira iminsi 3.
We spent 3 days there,
Tuba hanze turara hanze n'abana.
living outside with children.
Baza kutubwira ngo ubwo amazu ataboneka vuba, amashitingi ataboneka vuba,
They said because the tents are not ready quickly,
abafite ubushobozi bashaka ukuntu baba iruhande rw'inkambi.
those who have the means, they can live just around the camp, refugee camp.
Abari bamaze kugera mu nkambi
Those who are already in the
bamaze
refugee
kubona
camp,
ayo amashitingi
and they were already having the shelter,
bari buvemo.
they were not to go
Abari
out.
basigaye batarabona aho baba,
But others left without the tent where to live in.
twagiye gushaka iruhande.
We have just gone around there to look at the place to stay.
Ni iruhande ni nk'uku kwaha nta polisi cyangwa ntabwo twari kure, twese
It
twaramuga.
was just around the refugee camp there.
Dutuye aho.
Then we stayed there.
Ngo buke
Then the next day,
bongeraho amashitingi 3.
they added the 3 tents.
Hari abararaga hanze bari bakiba hanze batari bafite ubushobozi bwo kwishyurira amazu kuko twari twahunze nta kintu twahunga.
There are some of us who could continue sleeping outside because they were having no means to live inside the tent.
Ibo binjira muri ayo mashitingi yandi 3.
Then others came inside the 3 tents.
Biba ngombwa ko mu mashitingi harara abagore n'abana.
Then it was for the women and children to go in to have a shelter.
Ariko abagabo n'abasore bose bakarara hanze.
But men and also men and the young men were to sleep outside.
Baba bembe
Then the Babembe community,
twarahungaye.
we ran away together with them.
Ntabwo basigaye Buvira.
They were not left in Uvira.
Nabo twarajanye mu Gatumba.
They followed us to Gatumba refugee camp.
Ukeye
The following day,
umugambi wabo ugeze ku gihe cyo kwica abantu,
when the planification was fulfilled,
bubaka ayandi mashitingi.
they built some other tents there.
Ariko yari amashitingi yegeranye.
There at the door to fight, they were just
Amashitingi bubatse
they deceived us that the tent that they are building now,
abarundi bavuye muri Tanzania.
it's for the Burundians from Tanzania.
Ariko ntihajemo imiryango irenze 3.
But there wasn't Burundi more than 3 families.
Bari bake cyane.
There were few of them.
Kwari kugira ngo badutandukanye.
It was for us to be separated
Twajanye n'abo babembe,
because we went with the Babembe community,
twajanye n'abafurero,
with the Bafuliro community,
abandi barya bakunda induru baza bapfa kugenda
and
batazi
other people who could even go without knowing the aim of
twari
going.
kumwe nabo.
We were together with them.
Kugira ngo badutandukanye,
For them to separate us,
bubaka izo shitingi
they built different tents.
ngo zuzure.
After now building the tent,
Dushatse kuzijamo barya abantu bararaga hanze,
when we tried to get in those who were living outside,
baranga ngo n'iz'abarundi.
they avoid us, they refused, they denied, they said it belongs to Burundians.
Ukeye
The following day,
bafata abafurero bose
they took all Bafulero
barya
community.
twajanye tudafitanye gahunda,
We came along with them without a plan.
babashira muri ya mashitingi.
They gave them the shelter.
Binginga n'abo ababembe kuja muri ayo mashitingi.
They beseeched the Babembe community to get in.
Ababembe barabwira ngo ya
Then the Babembe community
twebwe
refused.
twahunganye n'abanyamurenge.
They said we came along with the
Niba
Banyamulenge
mushaka ko
community.
tuja muri ariya mashitingi,
If you want us to go
kibo muhemu bima uburenganzira bwo kuba
Why
amashitingi
are you denying them the right to have the tents to live
ariko
in?
twebwe mukatubwira ngo tugende
And you allow us just to have shelter.
muri make baranga
In short, they
niba
refuse.
haragiye n'umwe cyangwa babiri ariko
There was a person who has gone, it's only one or two.
bamaze kudutandukanya muri ubwo buryo rero
After separating us that way,
i Burundi naho tuhageze
when we get to Burundi,
naho mu Gatumba
in Gatumba refugee camp,
twabanye nabo neza
we lived well with them.
hari abanyamurenge basengeraga mu matorero y'abarundi
There are some Banyamulenge who could fellowship in the
Abarundi
Burundian
barazaga-
churches,
barazaga gusengera iwacu
and some
noneho mu gitondo cyo kuwa gatatu
the morning of Wednesday,
nibuka ko ari kuwa kabiri
I remember it was on Tuesday.
abashumba baratubwira
Then the pastors said that we should all of us,
tubiye inyuma
Come
gatoya
and
mu
attend.
mbabare ntaragera ku masengesho
let me go back, you will excuse me. They said,
ngo nituzoza kumva amasasu
when you will be hearing the gunshot,
tuzaturyama
you have to lie down.
kiriya kagira uzasigara ahagaze
Let no one standing.
niwumva isasu uryame
When you hear the gunshot,
tumenyera gutyo
and we are used to
kandi
it,
amasasu barayarasaga ariko atari menshi
they were shooting so many.
hageze uwo munsi simpendibuka neza ariko ndatekereza ko hari na kabiri nibwo twasenze mu gitondo
When it got to Tuesday morning, I think it is the day we had the prayer,
tugenda gusenga
we went to pray.
dushitse aho twasengeraga
And when we reached the place where we had a prayer,
yari nibaturi
it was just the morning
ariko
glory.
ntiyaba nibaturi
But it wasn't a morning glory anymore.
igiterane
It was just a
kuko
conference.
twagiye mu rukerera
Because we went just in the morning, early in the morning,
ikanisa ntishire
then the church could not be ended.
umunezero ukaguma ukiyongera
The joy could continue increasing
ukiyongera
more and more bound.
ariko bigeze saa sita
When it got around 12,
amateraniro barayasoza
they wind up the service,
tuja mu mirimo twari dusanzwe tujamo
then went back to our normal activities.
uwo munsi ndatekereza ko ari wo munsi twari dufite abasore bacu bakinaga n'abarundi umupira
That was the day that the footballers, they had their football.
nabo mu buryo bwose bushoboka
We were used to them.
uwo munsi wa kabiri
The following day, the second day,
umugoroba abana bacu baje gukina
in the
n'abarundi
evening, our young men, they went to
nta
play
wundi murimo twakoraga
because there wasn't any other activity.
twagombaga kuja kubogeza
It was for us to go and be a father to them.
tugenda turabogeza
We went
mu buryo bushoboka
and we defeated them.
twishimye n'umunezero turataha
We are so joyous and glad, and when
tugeze mu nkambi
we get to our refugee camp,
nubwo twebwe twabaga hirya y'inkambi
even though we were at a distance
ariko
from
mbere yo
the
kuja
camp,
kuryama
before we went to sleep,
twageraga mu nkambi
we would even come and check from that those people were living in the camp.
yose
Because it's where we got the news,
niyo twafatiraga na gahunda zose
it's where we could get any plan.
baratubwira ngo visi perezida azaza kuwa gatatu
Then they said the vice president will come the following those people to go and receive the vice president.
turagenda tuja kumutega
Then we went to receive him
muri uwo mugoroba wo kuwa gatatu.
in that evening of Wednesday. Then he found
undi nawe akabamo.
he was living in the house with two doors.
haza umwana abwira nyirakuru
Then a man came and said to the
aramubwira ati, "Ese
grandma."
harya ni none abanyamurenge bapfa?"
Then he said, "Is today the plan you had for Banyamulenge killing will
amenya
happen?"
ko umwana yavuze n'ijwi rirenga
The
yumvikana
The grandma said that the child had spoken loudly.
aramukubita
Then he could slap him.
aramubwira ati ntiwongere kuvuga.
Then he said, "Just keep quiet."
umwana araceceka.
Then the child kept quiet.
no ariko turabimenya tukiri aho mu nkambi.
But you were aware of the plan they had.
Abantu barapfana mnagani.
Then we said, "Are people going to die?"
Nina y'Uburundi.
We are under UNHCR and also the government of Burundi.
hanyuma turataha.
Then we went back home.
tugeze mu rugo nari nduranye n'abandi.
And when I get at home, because I lived with others,
yasengeraga muri kanisa ry'abaruri rya CPP.
there's a woman who used to fellowship in a Burundian church.
abasore baza kumubwira ngo ntarare mu nzu.
Then the young boys came and said, "Do not sleep in your tent.
kurarana mu rusengero mu masengero.
Just come and sleep with us in the prayer room."
nta masengesho baranze n'iyinga.
Then he said there wasn't any plan for the prayer.
amasengesho ataravuzwe na pasiteri ntavugwe n'abashinzwe kubivuga.
How can it happen, the prayer that has never been
Murambwira
announced
muje
to the
kurara
church?
mu masengesho y'uburebure.
How can you ask me to go and sleep in the prayer room?
arabananira.
Then he refused.
tukiyagera bari baraduhaye abasirikare benshi bo kuducunga.
They gave us some few soldiers
ariko
just to
ntibamaze
give us
ibyumweru
security.
bibiri babakuraho.
But they took them back.
badusigira abajandarume batatu.
They left with us just who are useless without having
noneho
any
rero
protection.
habaye muri iryo joro
When it was that night,
nibwo abagizi ba nabi baje.
it's when perpetrators came.
muri rya rembo b'abana batanze
In the same direction that the children have shown them,
niho baje bose bararya.
it is the same direction they followed and they came and sleep.
ababyeyi bari bagiye gukaraba nimugoroba niba amadushe yari ari.
The parents who has gone just to have shower,
bagitereka amazi muri dushe.
when they went to the bathroom
bagiye gukaraba
trying to take shower,
bumva urusaku.
they could hear the noise.
bumvishije urusaku
When
rw'abantu
When they had the noise of
bamena
people,
amazi ntibaba bagikarabye.
then they poured down the water, then they came back.
baragaruka muri shitingi.
They come back quickly to the
naho
tent,
abantu
looking after them.
muri make
In brief,
nuko byatangiye.
that is how it started.
batangira
So the camp for the soldiers of
no
Burundi,
ku rundi ruhande hari k'abajandarume.
on another,
bapfuye gutyo
there were policemen of Burundi.
tuzungurutswe n'izo nkambi.
People have been killed yet were surrounded by those different camps of
nabo
soldiers.
ba monisi.
And with the soldiers of
niba ari ba
UN,
monike sinzi uko babitaga icyo gihe.
the UN soldiers.
hanyuma
Thereafter,
mugatumba
in Gatumba refugee camp
muri Bujumbura
to Bujumbura, the city of Burundi,
ahantu ho kugendwa iminsi itanu.
it is just not a place that you can walk even 5
ariko
minutes.
baraje
But they came in,
bica abantu
they killed the people,
bararangiza
they finished,
bafata amapendo n'ingoma
they took even shackles and also drums and sing.
bararirimba.
They started singing,
barashima ko
celebrating.
bageze ku cyo bashakaga.
They celebrated that they have won the victory,
barikura barataha.
then they went back.
Bamaze kugenda
After going back,
nibwo abasirikare baje.
it's when the soldiers came.
Namanukanye nabo basirikare banyuzeho twari tuba,
I remember I went along with soldiers.
baraduhamagara,
They called upon us.
tumanukana nabo,
We went with them.
bari bamaze gupfa.
People have already
Ariko
been
icyo
killed,
badufashije ntabazabura icyo
finished.
bakora.
and what they helped us,
Badufashije kumubiriza amamodokari
they just help us
kugira
just
ngo
to
babashe kudutwarira inkomeri zari ziri aho.
mobilize the cars, the
Abantu bari
vehicles, to take the
bakomeretse ari
ambulances,
benshi, abandi barembye,
to take the injuries, the wounded
bamwe
people,
bapfuye tutaragera mu bitaro.
and some of them were even they were
Abandi
dead
Imana
along the
yaradufashije
way.
bagera mu bitaro barakira, nubwo
Then
ari ibimuga
Others get to the hospital and they were killed.
nuko
They were
niko
healed. I
abantu
mean,
bapfuye mu Gatumba.
that is how people were killed in
Byari
Gatumba.
biteguye, si ibintu byo gushakisha, si ibintu abantu baza bavuga, si ibintu byari biteguye mu buryo bwose.
It was just a plan, well planned.
Amakuru yaho y'ito n'indo
Once we try to give
kubwira bugacya, reka
the
tugarukira.
story, we can even finish a day.
bihuta bukeye kuko hari ibindi tuza gukora nyuma y'ibi.
And try to be so faster because you are trying to redeem our time.
Muraho mwese. Nari mvuze ngo muraho mwese.
Good afternoon, all of you.
Uyu ni umunsi uzuremera cyane,
This is a heavy day, a difficult day,
ariko kubamenya Imana ni ibisanzwe.
but to those who have known God, it is normal.
Tumaze kubumenyera
We are used to it,
kandi twarabyakiriye.
and we are now strong.
Si ukuzakira ngo ubwo abacu bashize,
It is not just being strong because our people have been killed,
ariko ni ku isi imeze.
but that is how the world is.
Rero baje gushimira abantu bose batwitabye,
I first of all appreciate everyone who has come,
abantu bazabumva ino mpamagazi bakatwitaba.
the people who can respond to this
Imana
calling.
izibaduhera umugisha cyane,
May God continue to bless you.
kandi nawe birakureba
And also it concerns you
kuko natwe bitureba.
because it also concerns us.
Nshimiye abapasiteri bose
I thank all the pastors,
bazabumva iki gikorwa, tubabonye tuzatwishima cyane,
and for us to see you just around, we feel strong.
kuko hari indani twari kumwe n'abapasiteri bagenzi banyu.
They are inside the refugee camp who are to get the education,
abo mugoroba umwe
and one evening,
batangira kwicamo,
they started killing them.
ariko jewe ngirirwa amahirwe,
But for me, I was lucky.
abanje bakizwa n'umunyagasai,
My children were spared by somebody from Kasai.
arabahisha,
Then he went and hid them somewhere.
naho ngaho niho bakiriye.
They were spared.
Ntacyo natanze
Nothing I have given.
kandi si ubushake bwanje,
It wasn't my own will,
abanje nabo bakiriye, abandi bapfiriye.
but my children were spared where others have been killed.
Twumva iyo ngiyo hameze gutyo,
For us, hearing the story of the spirit
noneho
of Bukavu,
iyo i Bukavu habaye kuri
when in Bukavu there was a spirit of war, They would even run quickly to Vira. It was very near. And the people planned just to run away so that we may go with our children, so that we can go to the neighboring country in Burundi. It was the second round. In 2002, we went there. They spared us. Then my has not a passed by. Then we went back home, all of us. All of us, we went in the same number. The following now time, we said, let us go back to Burundi again. A lot of men took the vehicles. Something amazing and horrific. Nyakabaka was a commander officer of Mai, but he was in a government. He was asking, where are you going? He stopped the bus where men and the young boy were. They said, where are you going? There's a word he said. He said that those who are going without the aim, those who run away without any aim to run away, they come back with the same aim. But we didn't even understand the speech, the words he was talking about. Then we left to Vira for Gatumba. They gave us just a place to live. It is a disgraceful place. It was just a place where the flocks used to be. There is mosquitoes. Having the babies. We are not even able to fit inside the tent. And we came to realize that there is a kind of division. And we did not even take it serious. They put some few tents just down there, others up. And they put us in up tents. Just there below, down, they say that they belong to Burundians. But our God, some people were left behind without having the shelter. They went and joined the Burundians to live together. We lived together in a few days. When we got there, they mobilized people. They said, when you hear the gunshot, sometimes you may feel something that is going to happen. Then the women who are there in a prayer room, they could not be able even to separate or to quit the prayer. They stayed together, and you could even accompany your neighbor and come back. But they were separated, they went back home. The morning that people were murdered, a woman who has taught us in that prayer room, she was killed in the same the Spirit made us pray.
abenshi inzatekereza nkamavuga ngo Imana yo mu Gatumba.
I even say the God of Katumba.
Twumviyeho rya jambo ry'abapasiteri.
We had the word of the pastors,
indirimbo z'abashona.
and also we had the songs of singers.
Takabuza bagiye mu ijuru.
They have gone to heaven. We know, we are surely, we are assured. We had a powerful pastors like Rutekereza, Pastor Minyati, Kagigi was a pastor among the pastors.
Abo bantu badukoreshaga ibintu nyine byo kugira ngo bamwe bazotahe baje.
Those people, they were doing a wonderful job there.
Ariko
but
cyatumye itorero ritagenda.
It did not even stop the church. For us, we suppose the Gatumba church, it has been raptured. It has been raptured by people. Let us call it this way, because these people killed us. We don't fear to express this word. Those women who are going to take